Okay, so Sammy was a bear last night. And, I was super bearish last night. I said, be careful. I said, it looks absolutely horrible. At the end, I longed, and then, 10 minutes later, I said, man, this looks garbage. Let's take a look at price action right now and see what's happening to BTC. But right now, struggling to hold 99,000. We got crushed at 100K. Could this be a bigger move down to 67, 87? It could be. People, see, the problem here now is when I read Twitter, everyone's saying, oh, buy the dip. It's about to bounce. Alt season has even. What if there is no alt season? What if this is a meltdown? What if it is a black swan? What if we get more bad news? And what if this continues to dump? What would you do? You're going to watch your bags go all the way to zero? You got to have a plan. I'm telling you right now, you have to have a plan. Put where you're willing to lose, okay? I thank God put what I was willing to lose. Watching a lot of it go down stink. It's not fun. But, hey, it's what I was willing to lose. You see what I'm saying? It is what it is. And I may even take back what I got. This doesn't look good, everybody, and it looks like it could get worse. I don't want you listening to crypto Twitter and everybody else. You got to look at the charts, and the charts told us that things weren't that great. How long have I been talking about a double top? How long have I been saying that I can't tell you what's going to happen? Usually when I'm bullish, I'm saying we're going up, right? I'm bullish. I'm like, everybody, we're going up. I like it. I said the probability's high. And I see some bullishness, but at the same time, when you double top on a big time frame, you have to see what it is. Anyway, let's break down Bitcoin. Let's see what's happening. But I'm gutted this morning. I'm not going to lie to you. Absolutely gutted. Almost every single position I own is down huge. Huge. Bitcoin's been at 99,000 before, but the altcoins took an absolute beating last night. They did. All right. One of my accounts down 30 racks, a beatdown. So, again, unrealized gains, but a beatdown nonetheless, right? And I'm sure more people are down even worse, but it's a bloodbath today, and I'm not going to shy away from it. I'm not going to lie about it. It is what it is, all right? Yeah. I got some ding, yeah. If you can't take the gains, exactly. Go to sleep, wake up in 3 days. That's what everyone keeps saying. This time might be different. See, the problem is in a downtrend, when everything keeps going down, everyone keeps saying it's gonna bounce, and people keep buying the dip, and they keep getting wrecked. All right, I'm gonna explain to you what's happening, what my strategy is going to be, and I'm gonna show you kind of what I see happening in the market today. All right, first thing we're gonna take a look at is the weekly time frame, and we can see that we have resistance here. First thing you got to do is remain calm. You got to remain calm. Second thing you got to do is breathe. Once you wake up in the morning and see how down your portfolio is, and you get that you literally get cortisol through your chest, and then you get cold sweats in the top of your head, and you realize that all your dreams have been crushed, and a lot of the hopes and thoughts you had are down, and you're like, man, I know I've been there hundreds of times. They've crushed my soul in this game to the point of no return. I become such a stern, hard man from all they've done to me. All right. So you could say, oh, but the weekly was at the flag and it was on the way out and everything was looking great. It was. But it had to close a weekly candle above $106,000. And we were about to close the largest weekly candle in the history of BTC. And remember, when you have a lot of wicks to the upside here, you go up. When you have a lot of wicks to the downside, you usually go down. Not every time, but Matt, it's not. It doesn't say it. It's not amazing when you have weekly wicks to the upside. Every time we've seen weekly wicks, a big wick that big, we've gone down. Okay. So right now you're getting weekly wicks right there, and everyone's bullish. It's weird, man. What they do is they make the news bullish so nobody looks at the charts, and the charts are telling you exactly what's going to happen. So everyone else keeps. Go watch any Twitter. They're saying, oh, altcoins are going to do this. They're a second away. I mean, what if a week from now we're just flying? I guess, but I'm just, I'm lost for words, everyone, because that is a double top. So let's look at our bullish scenario. All right, your bullish scenario is somehow, some way, this is a beautiful trend line you're holding. And if you dump down, but you bounce off of 95,000 here. You get tight, this turns into a flag, somehow the 21 gets a little closer. We flag out and we continue to break out. And it's just we go through 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 more weeks. And it's not until March until we start to pump. And then we get our move to 140,000. And we just go sideways for a little while here. But regardless, alts are bleeding. So it's kind of like, you know, we're going to take a look at total 3 and look at the bounce, see what's happening. But this is just, wow, pretty nasty. Yeah, so that's your most bullish scenario right there. At the same time, I see a high and a lower high on the weekly, which to me is the end of an uptrend, just like the lower high right here. It doesn't mean you can't consolidate and continue up. But, I mean, now you're looking for a lower low, right? Once price makes a lower high, you're looking for it to make a lower low. If it doesn't, then we can look for consolidation. So this is my bullish scenario. Everything's fine. No stress. We're going to eventually come down maybe a little lower to 95,000. We're going to bounce. They're going to fill this liquidity right here, and all will be well. We're going to get lower prices for Bitcoin and alts. We're going to bounce and get tight. At the same time, I can't tell you that this I have to tell you that if we are in for a nasty downtrend, this would be how it happens. So this is the definition of how you would happen, and everybody would be overly bullish. Now, no matter what I say, everyone's going to do what they're going to do, right? Whether I called it perfectly or I don't call it perfectly, people are going to do whatever they feel inside at the last minute, right? I can't control the world. But I have to be the one person that like kind of has some logic here and is talking sense, because I don't see a lot of sense out here. In crypto Twitter specifically, looks just like they're bullish until they're done. And then they're like, oh, I guess it's not bullish anymore. And it's like, what do you mean? Like, you never even said it could have been bearish. You were only one way the whole time. I find it annoying, and it's not good for beginners. And remember, though, it's all the people that don't know what's going on. Remember, those are the people that you're paying attention to. So a lower high on the weekly for Bitcoin is not a good look. You would have to assume you're going to come and take out this low. Right now, you have to assume that, because, you know, unless somehow, some way, by Sunday tonight, we put in a green candle and this reverses all the way to the upside, which is possible, and we close the green above 104.5. I mean, maybe we just reverse out of nowhere, but right now that doesn't look like the case. All right. So what I'm seeing now, right, is consolidation and bearishness. The 3-day chart is going to close a bearish engulfing candle in 8 hours tonight in conjunction with the weekly. Everything was looking great for a breakout. Like, that needed to continue to the upside. We double topped, clear as day, and then we hit the same resistance twice on 2 3-day candles. I mean, come on. It could be an ascending triangle technically here on the 3-day chart. Like, this is our like, you've got to bounce here. They're basically taking me to my knees, man, mentally. Like, they're bringing me to the end of my road. All right, where I'm willing to just, like, I'm close to just, I am like, I'm close to walking away and only trading left. You see what I'm saying? Getting back into stable. And again, I'm never going to stop trading. Don't get me wrong. You know, I'm going to keep trading. I'm going to find a way to make gains, but I'm going to only trade Bitcoin left. And I'm going to wait for a better opportunity. Like, this is just, you know, I'll find a way to win. Don't get me wrong. I'm never going to give up. But I will change the way I will change my strategy. I will not do the same things over and over again and get slaughtered. It's just not going to happen. Thank God I took the profits that I did take just 2 weeks ago off of Trump and Deep Book. But dang, man, tomorrow going to be bad, nasty price action. Alts are dead. Yeah. When the dust settles, Bitcoin, gold, silver will boom. Yeah. Is Bitcoin open in anticipation of Mark? USA is great. Yeah. So, for whatever reason, the tariffs seem to have a bearish tones on the and you know, so the tariffs were, you know, were announced, and they seem to have a bearish tone in the market. People think people have less money, they're gonna buy less stuff. Everyone's a little shook about it. They're not thinking they're gonna get, you know why? Because he almost has to talk. He has to pass the income tax law first before he does the tariffs. But he did the tariffs first, so everyone can't understand. You see? And that's having a bit of a growing pain on the market. It really is. All right? It really is. Let's take a look at the S&P futures. And we're just going to see kind of... everything looked bullish to me when I did my Friday update. It's so weird how quick this market can change on a weekend. Right? But I mean, I'm still bullish on the S&P. It does look like we're just going to rattle around and still bounce to the upside. So maybe this is just some type of shake-off, scare-off. But, you know, the S&P would have to take out that low there at 59 for me to get real bearish. You see what I'm saying? Let's take a look at the fear and greed index. And I usually use this fear to my advantage. But the problem is they keep putting me here, and I've done it 15 times now. Like, I've put in tons of Bitcoin every time they've dumped the price. And at this point, they've exhausted me. Emotionally, mentally, I'm exhausted. I don't want to put more money into the market anymore. I'm done. I've done everything I could for 2 years straight. You see what I'm saying? They've pushed me to my absolute limit at this point. Like, I want to go rent jet skis. You know what I mean? I'm just like, dude, come on, guys. Like, you're going to take everyone out of the market for good, forever. They're never going to want to be in crypto again. Like, it's kind of crazy. So, yeah. So 60 fear and greed index right there. You see what I'm saying? The fear and greed index is still in greed. Like, you know, the best prices are when we get into here. So to me, there could be definitely more pain and capitulation for sure. All right. So everyone says scared money don't make money. That's when you're at a Fibonacci retrace. See, scared money don't make money when you dip into Fibonacci retracements. You know what I mean? This is when everyone's shook and you buy in because you're fib retracing. You're good. You're not double topping. You're in a falling wedge. You see what I'm saying? This is okay. You buy the dip here. You buy the fear here. You buy the fear down here when we capitulated to the bear market. But you don't buy the freaking top, and you don't buy double tops and bearish divergence on the weekly. You see what I'm saying? That's like not buying bearish divergence on the not buying the bottom is just like not buying the top. Like, if you flip this upside down, you're supposed to sell this. That's the bearish div. That's the top. That was the bottom. You see? Right? So, like, and that the problem is everyone's going to tell you, oh, you're man up. Buy the dip. Buy the dip. Man, you're buying the Dunskies. That's a bearish engulfing candle. Like, I mean, I guess we did it here. We capitulated all the way to 88,000. We're still higher now, Sam. So what now? I get it. The last chance you could say is they're going to bring us to this level one more time. They're going to want to retest this trend line one more time. See this, how they retested it here? And bounce it to the upside. If we don't get a bounce here, 98.5, I told you, you lose 99, you go to 98.5. We went over all this numerous times. All right. He says, my fear and greed says 47. Maybe you just update it. Weird, it didn't, funny. I don't know what's going on. All right, so 47. That makes way more sense. So let me go back to the website here. I guess I'm getting like some type of stuck. Yeah, it's still could be Brave. Let me go to another browser, man. I'm about to switch to Chrome. I get some problems with Brave. And I wanted to stay at Brave for a long time, but I seem to get issues. Yeah, it's still, I get 60 here. So I don't get 47. I don't know why I'm not getting what you're getting. Yeah, I get 60. You called the hell out of this market, Sam. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, 47 on CoinMarketCap, but that's different than I use this one, you know. S&P still looks bullish to me. We'll see. You know, it isn't. I'll be honest. It is an ascending triangle, and they could go either way. They're 50 patterns, but it's going to take massive capitulation to lose this trend line. Even if they dump it down tomorrow, they could wick it. You know, so I don't know. I'm not overly bearish just yet on the S&P. All right, I'm not overly bearish on the S&P. So the weekly to me looks absolutely horrible. And, you know, if that closes as such, that's a failure. right? We'll see. It's starting to get more oversold in the stochastics too, so the weekly are headed lower. And again, look at when the dumps begin. The weekly stochastics are like halfway, and then, I mean, from here to here, it can get real bad, so. And the weekly stokes are pointed down. The RSI is pointed down. Bearish divergence. Really should sell bearish div every single time you see it. Every single time you see it, sell it. Every single time, especially on a big time frame. Wait for the dust to clear afterwards. There got to be like 1% of the time you're going to be wrong in a 10-year career. Think about having a 10-year career. Don't think about one sell. Every time you make a sell, think about it being 100 sells. You're not going to make your entire career in one sell, right? And one buy. So every time you make a trade, think about, can I make this, can I be sustainable? Can I continue to trade 100 more times? You see what I'm saying? Every time you make a trade, ask yourself if this is a sustainable habit that I'll be here. You know, so when you're going 100x lev and flipping it and realizing if, you know, you're risking half the portfolio and you make some big gains, yeah, that's great. But is that sustainable? No, it's not, because if you get clipped 3, 4, 5 times, you're done. And it's going to happen eventually. You're a human being. You're going to get clipped. You're going to be wrong. All right. I don't care if you're mitigating, zero lick, whatever it is. Eventually, you're going to get in your head. You're going to overcross. You're going to keep trying to dig out. Trust me, I've been here. I've done this for 20 years. I know what you're doing before you've done it. I watch people do things that they don't know they're going to do. I can't even say anything. I have friends that are traders that I want to tell them what's going to happen, but I know they won't listen to me. I have to watch them capitulate. I have to watch them go into pain. They're not going to listen. No matter how much I teach them, I have best, people I've mentored that watch me every day and still do something different than what I teach them to do. Nothing I can help them. I can't do anything for them. Okay? Nothing I can do. All I can do is keep doing what I do every single day. And I've learned that about the human mind. It is very stubborn. All right? So you'll show people everything and it won't matter. The bullish scenario is somehow, some way, we hold this weekly support right here at 98,500 and we bounce. We lose 98.5. I just don't see how we don't come and tussle here with about 95 and 93,000. So it's very likely we see a drop further to the downside. BOOKMAP says we get a nasty dump. And anyone who longed is going to get taken out so bad. These are people who decided it was cool to take the big long. And they say, whatever, I'll get liquidated. I did that game here, here, and here. But when we had the huge spikes up, I took my profits. I was up 2-3 grand. I said, I'm done. I said, and they said, what if it keeps pumping? I said, you know what? I don't care. And that's what I like paying myself. When I pay myself, I end up with my account. I don't get liquidated, and I can live another day. I have capital, right? A lot of people were like, okay, I got liquidated at 98. On to another one. All right. So that's a double top for Bitcoin. I got to tell you, that's going to close bearish tonight. And if we lose 98.5, we're going lower. All right. That's just what I got to tell you. Let's go to the 3-day chart. The 3-day is going to close tonight with a bearish engulfing candle. No go. Not a good look. We did it here and we were able to reverse, but that one did give us more pain. So, and to me, it's a double top on the 3-day chart. And I'm just a simple guy. Double tops simply break down 68% of the time. They go to their measured move. So if you just were a simple trader and you didn't listen to anybody else, it says you're going to $75,000 Bitcoin. And there's a 70% chance if you raise up. And if we're below 200 MAs on the 8-hour, the 4-hour, that raises the probability that we are going further to the downside. So that to me is a double top. Now, you pray that they fake it out. I'm never selling Bitcoin. So my large Bitcoin positions are going to take a hit no matter what. Okay? No matter what. I'm never going to sell big Bitcoin. It will go to zero if I have to do it. That's it. It's my experiment for me. I'm not selling it. All right? I'm up 98x. I'm not selling. I know that's crazy, right? No, not selling. So they're never going to get me to sell my Bitcoin. Never. I just want to make that really clear. Never. I will die with my Bitcoin if it goes to $1. I'm serious. I will not sell it. It's been too long of a road for me. I'm too damn stubborn. I'm too damn Irish. It's not going to happen. So Whatever happens to BTC, I'm on it for the next 10 years. I'm committed for 10 years for BTC. Whatever happens, happen. Unless my life is so horrible that I have to get out. God, I hope that doesn't get to, I don't believe so. I'm going to make sure my life doesn't get that way. I'm going to work so hard and manifest that there's just no way that happens. Okay? I won't live in that reality. So never selling Bitcoin no matter what. It does not matter. I'm committed. I know for the next 10 years for a fact. So we'll see what happens from there. So bring it on. Bring the pain. I'm ready. And I have most of my portfolio in BTC, so bring the pain. If anyone can handle it, I can handle it. I'm ready. Let's go. All right. So, yeah, everyone says CMC. I'm not showing you CoinMarketCap. Yeah. If you want to see CoinMarketCap, that's different. That's at 47, right? But they have different fear and greeds. All right. I don't know how they make up theirs. I've been using that other one for a long, long time. So that's Bear City, and I was bearish last night. I've been bearish for a while. I always say I don't know what's going to happen. I'm open-minded. Anything, to the fact of my own ignorance. But man, come on. All right. So right now they're selling bear juice to me, and I'm drinking it. I'm drinking the bear Kool-Aid. I really am. Last night we talked about this being a head and shoulder pattern. Said watch out. It looks like it's going to capitulate. The only saving grace was that 12-hour that looked like it may be making a right shoulder. But that's now done, right? We'll take that off the table. So you really want to look at the daily head and shoulder pattern, and that suggests that you've got some more downside here. You're not done. And that has a 68% chance of a break. That's going to 93K. All right? So today you have two choices for the daily. The trend line holds or it doesn't. And you're right now, you're right on there. This trend line bounces, and everyone can say, you were scared, now you were scared, and we get tighter in the zone again. Or this trend line loses the zone, and we drop to 93K pretty fast. We lose this point of control. You lose that point of control, you start seeing 79,000 as a very viable option because there's nothing going to stop you here on that daily. Look, 1, 2, 3, no high volume nodes sticking out. That's a gap, baby. Learn your gaps. Learn how the VRVP works. So if this takes a dump, and then look, the daily 200 MA is awaiting. And that's, you're going to capitulate to that area. So let's go over what happened and why. The first thing why I began to be bearish is we lost the 200 MA on the 1 hour time frame. I tell you to be careful. Every time we do that, massive dump. Massive dump. That was a little dump, but it's look at this, massive dump. You do not want to lose the 2 hour on the 1 hour time frame. It is a horribleness can occur. So that's the first thing that I saw. Once that said, I said, well, we lose the 2 hour. We did that. And I said, well, now we're going to lose the 4 hour. We did that. I said, then we can't lose the 8 hour. We're barely hugging the 8 hour right now. If we close a candle below the 8 hour 200 MA, we will likely capitulate to 93K. There's like a 90% chance. If we bounce here today and we stay inside the pattern, the bullish dream is still alive, and somehow this was just the low that everybody was given a gift for. This is our last chance to buy. Who has the guts to buy right now? Anybody? Anybody? I'll tell you what, I've bought in every dip I could. I'm all dipped out. I'm done. All right. I'm going to buy and resell golf carts as a joke, but you know what I mean? I'm just saying. I'm going to get some guaranteed money back, right? All coins are. So I want to wait. If that came up and went sideways, then I might buy the quote unquote dip. And maybe I missed the greatest dips ever for some of these prices. Solana. Coins I would DCA into that I still firmly believe have a dream, I guess, but at the same time, you'd have to be willing to take the hit if it goes down. You get in today, you have to be willing to take the hit. That's the only thing. Low, high, it is a higher low for Bitcoin. We are capitulated beyond belief. There's heavy fear. For me, it just, it's what I got to do. You know what I got to do. Everyone here knows what I got to do. What do I got to do, everybody? What am I going to do right now? Who here knows? What am I going to do? What am I going to do? Anybody know what I'm going to do right now? Anybody know what I'm about to do? Anybody know what I'm about to do? Someone who knows me knows what I'm about to do. Yeah, exactly. Somebody said it. Peter Gideon knows me. He knows me well. Yeah. I love you all. I appreciate you. And let's commit to the long haul. When I look at Bitcoin, I know it's going further to $1 million or more over time. All right. Eventually, we're going higher. All right. It's only a matter of time. 10 years, 5 years, it doesn't matter. We're going up. Okay. So with that being said, I commit to a long-term plan when it comes to BTC. And whenever I see Bitcoin, I know it's time. So I'm here on spot on MEXC. All right. And I'm going to commit to buying some more BTC. All right. Anytime it's lower than 100,000, I'm getting in. And I'll buy a nice chunky change. I'll buy about $4,000 of it. All right. Love you, Bitcoin. Stay true to me, baby. And make it 4,200. Always add a little more. Right? But I'll keep some on the Tilly in case we go to 87, 60K. But there it is. I buy more BTC in these times and just continue to add to my bags. Some people will never own 0.19 Bitcoin in their entire lives, right? So already have an edge right there. I mean, that's so blessings on blessings right now for everything in my life. And so I buy the dip, man. I buy the fear. I buy the pain. It makes me always feel a little better. And I take a deep breath. I go for a walk. I reassess my situations. I don't panic sell. And I go through the motions. Right now, the 8-hour bouncing off the Tutoring could be a beautiful sign here for a possible bounce back to the upside as well. All right, so there's a chance here today we could get a bounce. There's a chance. We take a look at the 4-hour time frame, and it's showing signs of a move, but we got to get back above that Tutoring, and we got to get back above it sooner than later. Right now, we could be we could be double bottoming. All right, an absolute beautiful double bottom could save us here. That has a measured move to a new all-time high, right? At about 114K. Could this double bottom of the 4 hours save our lives? There's a chance. So you're telling me there's a chance. I mean, look how beat down the 4 hour is now at this point. That's pretty beat. The key to today is your 8-hour time frame. The 8-hour keeps that Tutoring alive. We stay alive. The 8-hour loses that Tutoring. You lose this trend line. You lose 98,000. You can see you'll do 3. It'll be the triple entendre. You'll close the candle down here. You'll be down from the trend. You'll be down from the yellow line. You'll be down from the 200 MA. The bots will kick in. The capitulation will occur. We will rip down somewhere to 93K. All right. There's still a lot of liquidity right here, too, that wants to be gobbled up all the way down to 96,500 on BOOKMAP. This is BOOKMAP. Link in the description to BOOKMAP. It shows you where the liquidity is hiding. People that are longing are putting their stop losses right here, hoping for the reversal. If there's too many of them, they will cause a liquidation event, forcing the price towards them without realizing it. The longs will force the price down by creating a pocket of liquidity. And price action will destroy us. All right? Babe, we have to eat at McDonald's today because we can't go to the Cheesecake Factory because we're broke. We have to go to Mickey D's now. McDonald's is, well, then we have to just, I'll catch fish at the bridge there. No, I'm going to catch fish. Papa John's? No, that's too expensive. Don't you turn into a fish when you eat Domino's? Isn't it nuclear food? Are you serious?
No, we can buy 5 potatoes and boil them. A dozen eggs. A dozen boiled eggs goes for...
Eggs are expensive now. We have to buy the fake farm eggs. We have to buy the 40 eggs in a pack that like you get at the farm, you know?
Let's think of what the. Oh, I know. That's it. We can get a 28-ounce can of black beans.
Spam, mama spam.
Mama spam. No spam.
Man. We gotta sell. I know I gotta sell all my suits. I gotta sell the Rolex. It's over, man. It's over. It's capitulation. Like, they destroyed us. Our hopes and our dreams are gone. What we thought was once was will never be. All we have is ourselves and our lives. No, but seriously, today is a big deal. We lose this key level, we go down. And we go down hard. All right? We gain it, and, you know, we come back tomorrow, and it's all, you know? Almost a bit of an inverted head and shoulder that could save the day here. So there's a chance we could stay alive, and it's up to the 8-hour 200 MA. I mean, we lost it a couple times here, and they capitulated us, so they could even mess with me there. You know, really, you don't. If we can hold this low at 92,000, we'll be okay. But sketchy times for sure. You could kind of whip this trend line, and you could see, okay, will we hold that? Bounce, bounce, you know. So I see a double bottom of the 4-hour time frame. The bulls did step in right here and buy up some price action. Let's zoom into the smaller time frames before we leave and see what's happening. Let's take a look at the 1-hour time frame. We got a beautiful bounce there with a little bullish divvy. My indicator's somewhat flat, but good, you know, for me. But in my indicator here, caught the bullish divergence nicely. So it was a liquidation event. They got enough people liquidated that wanted to go long. They got to get enough people before they take us up too, right? So if you have some guts, you would long this divergence here right now with a stop below that level. I don't today, not on a Sunday. But and again, it is a bit of a, you know, money printer. Right here, you could kind of grab it. I'd pull the fibs though, and it would bounce off that 786, and there would be one money printer get grab right there, even on a Sunday. See, it happens every day. You got to be fast to grab it. Anyway, so, and that's kind of shoulder, head, right shoulder, somewhat. Not amazing at all. And the moving average is pretty spread apart. The 7-minute, the 5-minute. So for us to win today, this flag has to break out. And you got to break back above the 200 MA on the 5-minute time frame. This kind of shoulder, a bit of head, right shoulder needs to win. And then you need to get back above the 15-minute 200. If these things aren't done, if we end up just going more sideways, you see like something more like this, we're going to bear flag. And if the 8-hour, so watch the 8-hour. If the 8-hour closes below the 200, we're toast for likely a bearish move. And watch how this kind of consolidates. Might even be a lot smaller. Hold on, let me look at this in a tighter set. I guess I live for these moments of pain, though, you know? And look, I haven't bought in Bitcoin in a long time. Why? Because I wait for the pain, man. I can't buy the ups when it's green, 108K. It's got to be dumping. I got to buy Bitcoin when it's dumping. I got to buy the pain. You know, if I had to tell you what's going to happen, it looks like we're going to go lower. 96, 93K, right? So this is the likely scenario. Yeah, but why did you buy BTC, Sam? Because I don't know. I always buy the fear, and I always look back, and I end up, you know, there was days where I was convinced we were going lower, but I had to begin to buy. I begin to buy on today. You know what I mean? Like today at $4,000 will be the beginning of like a 40 grand buy. That I'll keep buying all the way back to 60,000. You see what I'm saying? Like that's a planned ladder in now at this point. So here's your deal. The 5-minute will take back, or the 1 minute will take back the that's actually nice right there. See how the 1 minute just took back the 200 MA and made a flag? That's a likely move right there. That's very likely going to pump. There's about an 80% chance that this plays out right now based on my years of data. So that's actually a really good sign that the first thing could happen. All right. Then the next thing is going to happen is the 5 minutes going to have to take above the 200 MA. Once that happens, the 7 minute will have to take above the 200, then the 10, then the 15. If all those happen by the end of today, we have ourselves a possible reversal. If none of those happen by the end of today, we're in some trouble. If the 8 hour stays above the 200, we're okay. All right. And we're going to bounce. So I know I'm not scared you at the beginning, and I don't do it for clickbait, and I don't do it to mess with you. I'm feeling exactly what I'm feeling, and I'm just letting it out. All right. So watch out. All right. It's obviously going to keep going down until early Monday morning. Think about it, people. I don't know what obviously is going to happen. I don't do that stuff. I look at the charts and I take it one step at a time. Yeah. I don't know what's going to happen. And I've been doing this for a long time. Hey, Sam, my weekly 21 indicator on the trading view is different than yours. Mine's at 98.9, touching the bottom of the candle. I double checked. How you ever been happening with anyone else? Enjoy your Sunday. My weekly 21-day indicator. Style 21, inputs 21, visibility 5 MA, you know. I don't know how you're making your 21. You might not have made the, you know, I don't know what you're doing. Yeah. You says you're somewhere up here at 98,000. Yeah. Touching the bottom of the candle. I don't know if you're on the 21 day, man. Yeah, I don't know what you're on doing that. Yeah. Maybe, who knows? You know, if you're in the trading group, send in a link. You know, you can even send a link to the gains place and I'll just look at it. If you're not in the group, send a link here to to testimonials. I believe you can write there for free. And I'll know that, you know, you're just sending in a link if you're not in the group. And I'll check it for you, man. Join the Discord. You can do that for free. Please don't have anyone else do that. I shouldn't have said that because I'm not going to look at it just for this one moment in time. I'm going to delete anything else that's not a testimonial. Hey, what do you think about Pluton on Coinbase? New low cap, XCN, and Swift to pump Coinbase on cheers. I mean, maybe. I'd be cooling off right now with like jumping into altcoins right now. Looking at AVAX in the small time frame for a next level to bounce, he says. Well, AVAX large time frame, they were all in the cup and handle on their way out. Now they seem to be capitulating. Still holding higher lows, but man, look at the sell-off on altcoins. They're just getting dumped. And I did have a... Oh, that's what I was about to say. I had TA on this. I mean, that's the last level you can hold. You lose that level, you're dropping down to 24. You see? It's like a must bounce. This is like the capitulation of capitulations. You extend this, it's just coming back down to the bottom of the you know, it looks like it's going to go lower, possibly bounce again. You're basically, the bulls are projecting a possible inverted, and it could make a flag and continue to dump. It depends on what Bitcoin does. But if you lose 30, 24 is likely. A little bit of support right there, 29.31, and at about 27.18. What do you think of Pluton and Coinbase? I don't know much about it. I have to look at it. I think I looked at it once a while back. Bullish news makes me bearish. Bearish news makes me bullish. Good morning. Stay blessed. That's the problem, though. When the market turns into a bear market, everyone's going to start acting that way. And they're not going to realize that it's actually the end of a bull run. You see? You got to be more... I just stay open-minded. Yeah, I used to be like that, Johnny. But I got wrecked too many times, man. Morning, lifers. How does a dump like this and wait for a bounce affect the sell MA and go away? Does this always play out? I mean, we could have such a quick move from February to March. It could take 30 days for a pump. You see? What do you think of the CME gap at 102,000? Yeah, I mean, that could be close to. And, brother, can you check GPU? First thing we'll take a look is that CME gap. Then I'm look at GPU. And then I got to bounce on out of here, take my family to brunch. I got to be a family guy. It is Sunday. And it's tough, everybody, I know. To show up in these massive dumps and to look at your family and say, hey, everything's fine. Pass the salt, you know what I mean? But that's what we got to do. All right? Especially if you're the man of the family, it's on you to make sure everything's okay. You can't be capitulating in front of your family. At least you can go outside and like go yell in the woods or something. If you got to get it out, I don't know what you got to do. So someone says there's a CME gap, and I don't know on what time frame. See, there was a little CME gap, tiny one though. Someone said there's one at 102. I mean, we dumped on the weekend, so there's definitely going to be a CME gap here because they're going to exactly. There will be a CME gap here, and price will be down here, moving down, right? So, yeah, we'll look at that when it comes, but there will be a CME gap because we dumped on the weekend. But look at that, man, just straight line. Look, they told you Friday when they closed Friday, they said more is coming. You could just, it's funny, right? Dump into dumps. And then I'll look at GPU. I mean, it's got to be bearish, right? I mean, let's be honest. Like, it's dumping to the down. Like, what else do you, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's cooked, man. Like, I don't know what to say. They demolished these alts. Trump coin came out and was really a bit of a black swan in the altcoin space. It was a bit odd. Ever since then, things have been a bit off, man. I got to be honest with you. I'm not hating. I'm not saying anything. I got great positive energy for the future and what comes our way. Regulation in the space, but man. And like so many altcoins were getting made that could make altcoins, and you had AI agents making agents and agents on agents, and just the saturation really wasn't the crypto space I remember to the last 8-9 years, you know. And it just started to become a different, I don't know, man, a different animal. So you're now at the very bottoms of this coin. I mean, amazing. That's why, look, you get in at 66 and you sell at 243, and really the rally lasted a month, 2 months, and that was it, or like 3 weeks. It started to pump on the 22nd of November, and you had to sell on the 8th of this. I mean, it was a 16-day run. Then we had this fake little run that made you think you bought the dip. Oh, no. This is the first time that I waited for coins to come to their 786, bought them perfectly, DCA'd, and I'm still down. But look, it showed you it head and shouldered. And when you see that right shoulder, that's when you should be jumping out, because it's telling you it's about to go the length. I mean, that's why TA is so amazing. The best thing really, and this sounds so corny, is to like learn technical analysis with me. Show up every day and start understanding how the market works, so you can avoid these pitfalls and pains. Again, you're going to have to listen to your not to your emotions, though, because your emotions are going to keep you in the game when you shouldn't be. All right. Everything is going down. Everyone's like, update on Injective. Everything is going down the tubes, man. Unless Bitcoin can get that bounce, it's really all about BTC. Every single legacy coin is in these giant cup and handles, which you would think, well, how much lower can we go? How much more can you sell these things off? Like, you ripped them up, you sold everybody to pieces, you got a few people enticed without retail, and you sold all those people to pieces. Like, what else? There's no one left. There's no one left to sell. At this point, they'll just go, this is what they'll do at this point, because like people that are in them aren't going to sell, so they'll just do this. Until eventually the market wakes up again. That's it. Levels for Solana. Sol was all the way up at 295. It's all the way back down to 205. In the course of about 13, 14 days, right? let's take a look. So again, low, high, higher, low. Okay, that's a higher low in the set. To me, that's an uptrend. So even though everyone's freaking out, that's still an uptrend for Solana. It did break this resistance. It would have been nice to keep it. And to me, it's still in a bit of a flag, right? Bitcoin bounces today. That bounces off the bottom of the channel. We get one more dump. It goes sideways. And then this flag is still valid for a breakout to a new all-time high. You got an uptrend, and you haven't broken it yet. Sol could still come and bounce off 196. So Solana's still in an uptrend. All right? It's so strong that it hasn't taken the hit yet because of how much action it handles, right? Even when people are selling, people got to get in and out of Sol. Sol's still always being used in some way, shape, or form. So, again, it's a double top, though. And double tops break down. So I'm just showing you, Bitcoin breaks that 98, that 200 MA. Is there time to de-risk all positions? I firmly, this is someone that wants to de-risk. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. If I personally wanted to de-risk, say I'm in Solana, right? I don't like to sell red days though, but say I'm in Solana. I would take my position right now, okay? And I'd sit out. It starts to dump, great. You don't take that pain. It pumps, fine. It probably pumps up here, probably comes back down, it consolidates. Unlikely it's just going to go all the way to the moon, So, Fan, maybe you sell 202, and then you get back in somewhere at 220, 215. Maybe even you get lucky at a little bit of a dip one day, But you don't go down with the ship. So I like where we're at for a possible, what I call these cover sells. They're not panic sells. Again, you pay taxes on those, right? And that's up to me. It's like, that's something I think about doing. I have done it already. I've taken positions off the table. I have, you can see, I have Tether stacked. I didn't sit there and just wait, I sold stuff recently. I took things out all the way and really took them off the table completely and cashed them out to my bank account. Like, I made $60K off Trump. I took it off the table. I made a bunch of different trades that I took off the table the last 2 months. Not as many as I would like, but I took profits. I took enough to live off of. You see what I'm saying? I took a big salary for a normal person because you got to have some Tether on the side. You got to have some cash in the bank, in my humble opinion. Again, for me, I can't tell you what to do, but I've been in this market a long time and I've learned my lessons now. I used to be always all in, but I've learned I got to constantly take some profits off the table or I will not survive, period. So again, let's recap. You're a beginner. You're coming to my live stream. You're freaking out. You don't know what's going to happen. What is the word? All right. The word is this. First, there was the word, right? The word is that we must hold the 8-hour 200 MA. We must hold the 8-hour 200 MA today. You close this candle below the 8-hour 200 MA, you are going down to 96,000. You lose 96. And look, there's a high volume node, gap, and it suggests that we do go down to $94,000. All right. Have you considered a boxing match with Eric Crown? You're in his age group and weight class, I bet. Can you take a quick glimpse at SEI? My team says that there's so many people that look up to me and watch my TA that if I were to ever get hit in the head or anything ever happened to me, it just, and I go every day and it would be almost disrespectful to my staff. And you know what I mean? If I was on my own gung-ho, recreating myself, I guess, but I got 3 girls, a wife, I got something to live for. And honestly, I'm a tough dude. I've been in a lot of street fights. I broke my hand. I broke my jaw. I'm not trying to, I'm not the biggest guy in the world. I could take a beating, though, and keep coming back. But at the same, do I need to do that? And do I need to prove it to anybody? I don't think so. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. Anyway, I love each and every one of you. SCI is in a beautiful cup and handle, telling you that's like a great place to grab it at 30 cents. We will see what happens, everybody. BOOKMAP says lower. All right. If the 8-hour lose, I don't know what's going to happen, but if the 8-hour closes below that, I see lower too. And then we're watching this 1 minute flag here to see if it can continue. It did pump, so that trade so far in the money slightly. Let's reshift it. You're looking for this flag on the 1 minute to break out. You're looking for this flag on the 1 minute to break out, okay? You're looking for the 5 minute to get above the 200 MA. Then you're looking for the 7, the 10, the 15 if you want to track price today. If you really want to know what's going to happen. All right. Right now, it looks like we're going to capitulate right to the bottom of the pattern, get tight. And right now, the bears are in control, so you would have to assume we're going lower. If we get above the 200 MA and the 5, the 7 and the 10, I will begin to believe something may happen. But that's it. Right now, you have to assume we're going lower. And we're headed down to somewhere to $96,000. And that's also what BOOKMAP suggests is going to happen. So I'll keep you updated throughout the day. If we get above these, you'll get an update from me, bling, bling, in your Discord. And I'll say, hey, as far as altcoins are concerned, if you never feel like you're panic selling if you're just taking some money off the table. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. Do whatever makes you happy. But don't listen to anybody else. All right? Like I showed you, if we get a huge bounce, not every altcoin's going to bounce great. Then there's going to be some sideways price action. You'll probably be able to get the price maybe even just a little closer. So, and you might be out of the, be able to cover. So anyway, do what makes you happy. If you're up in something, maybe it's time. You do whatever, but I personally don't like to sell on a red day, but also you got to read the charts. Like the charts look like they're going lower. And when the charts say they're going lower, you got to listen to them too. So I'm giving you as much information as I can. I'm showing up as much as I can. And I wish I could take everybody to Valhalla, man. And they make crypto very tough and very hard to win. They don't make it easy. So if it was easy, everyone would be doing it, as my dad would say. Everybody, I love you. I'll be back tonight to see what happens. It looks like we may be getting a bounce. I have no clue. All right? I have no clue. If you want to trade this, you trade the bear flag. If this keeps coming down and you see us rejected by the 2, you put a stop on the other side of 101 and you take the flag, you take it down. All right, that's how I would trade it. If it gets above the 200 and we see another flag on the 5 minute, but I don't even like trading Sundays, man. So not my favorite day to trade no matter what's happening. And I'm really sticking to my rules for the month of February. I'm going to be super hard on it. You might find me a little more boring, but I'm going to just be a little less risky and trade less. Well, we'll see what happens. I love each and every one of you. God bless you all. Thank you so much for being here. And I'll catch you tonight at 8 p.m. for Bitcoin and the weekly candle close. Seems like it's going to be sketchy. I'll see you all tonight. God bless.